Okay, cool.
All right, so I'd just like to introduce Miss Jaymie. I'm sorry, how do you pronounce your last name?
Wile.
Miss Jaymie Wile. She's a cosmetologist. So I want to thank you in advance for participating in our career chat, our career week here at Options for Youth. So take it away.
Hi, I'm Jaymie. So as I said, I do hair and makeup. I'm not techie, so if there's any problems with this, we'll try to get through this together. Okay, so I am a hair and makeup artist. I'm a licensed cosmetologist through the state of California. Let's see. Oh, see, I don't even know how to skip to the next page, guys. It's already happening. I don't know how to go. Oh, there we go. We did it. Okay. So I went to Citrus College about 18 years ago, which is wild. I started working immediately when I was in school. I consider myself in the same job position because I'm an independent contractor, but I do a lot of different things within this industry. I have wanted to do this since I was a child. All right, so let's go into it. So the basics. I'm an independent contractor and perform hair and makeup services for all types of clientele, both in the salon and on set for film and television. I have also owned and operated and managed several stylists and studios throughout the years, as well as been an educator for various companies. I really have, as a cosmetologist, you can do hair, makeup, nails, skin, manage, you do everything. So I've tried everything out in this industry because I wanted to do my best and try to advance as far as I could. What inspired me to become a cosmetologist was from watching movies and then like Red Carpet Glam, and then also like even going to the salon with my mom. It would be such a cool experience to see my mom getting her hair done and how happy she was, and then how fun the stylist and my mom would have in the salon. It was like super fun to watch. The journey toward becoming a cosmetologist, to get where I am now, I had to put a lot of hands-on time, financial and emotional investments, and tons of effort to learn what it truly meant to be a good stylist. I started assisting an owner of a beauty salon when I was in school, before I was even board certified. I went to Citrus College cosmetology program. I also volunteered as the program's president because I just figured any way that I could to get into the system and because different companies would come in and do education for us. So any way that I could get in and learn the most is what I wanted to do. So let's see. After school, I would go to school all day long, and then I would go to the beauty salon and assist and shadow every person that worked there. I put tons of time just to get to know, because everybody has their own style and way of doing things. So it was just really important to me to just learn and listen. I would go to every educational event that I could through various companies to further my education with new hair and makeup trends. And I would always ask questions to anyone in the industry to get advice. In this industry, your success is definitely earned and not handed to you. A lot of time goes into this to learn. I had to go out of my comfort zone a lot, which whether that would be hours worked or even just conversations with people. This is a service industry, and we are here to make others look and feel special, not only on the outside, but on the inside as well. A day in the life of a cosmetologist. Okay, so the original title said hair and makeup stylist. Anybody can be a hair and makeup stylist for film and television. A cosmetologist, you have to go to school. You learn client safety, sanitation, and just the rules of the state. So I'm all those things. So in these photos, you'll see me working on set. There's a paparazzi photo of Britney Spears, and I happen to be in it, which is pretty fun. And then I do body makeup. This is body makeup on Lady Gaga. And this is my first salon that I own. And then just random hair and makeup that I've done. I do everything. All right, so what motivates you? What do you do when you want to give up? What motivates me is I get to help a person feel and look better from the inside out. I get to artistically express myself with my art and knowledge, and I also get to teach others through experience. When I want to give up, I remember that these people are hiring me for services and trust me with not only their looks, but also their personal time. I get to know these people on a deeper level than surface. And I've become like family with a lot of my clients. Like I see them more often than my own family. So that's pretty cool. What is your hardest professional obstacle to overcome? The hardest one was opening a salon during the 2009 recession. And then also like really realizing that I wasn't a natural when it came to business and finances. They do not teach you in school or anywhere in this industry about retirement, about saving money, time management, anything like that. Like they don't teach you. So you have to learn that. I would highly recommend for anybody that's interested in this to take a business and financing course. And most importantly, to open a retirement account ASAP. The most impactful part of my job. As I mentioned before, it's so amazing to me that I can make such a difference for someone from the inside out just by doing their hair and makeup, from an everyday look to a special event like a wedding or a photo shoot. I love weddings because you get to see like the magic behind the day. It's really cool. Getting them ready for a job interview or a date. This job isn't about the money for me. It's about the interpersonal relationships as well as the freedom and artistry. I also have volunteered for various charities for underprivileged individuals and families to get their hair and nails done, which is very, very inspiring or impactful. Okay, why can't I go forward? See, we hit a snag. There we go. Got it. Okay, here's some more pictures of just random stuff. I just grabbed a couple. Doing people's hair for weddings, makeup for weddings, an updo that I did. This is another picture of the first salon that I had. It really just depends on the day of what my schedule kind of looks like. Like if I'm on film and television, you're looking at, you have to travel there, you have to set up, you don't know what kind of people you're going to be working with. It's kind of stressful. And you can be on set for 18 hours one day. But being in the salon, you come in and you kind of already know what your day looks like, and hour by hour, you work through it. What life lessons has your work taught you? And I would say every individual person I have seen in my chair throughout the years has taught me a lesson or opened my eyes in a way that's unique to them. Every single day I can remember, like if I'm going through a situation, I'll remember a conversation that I had with one of my clients, and like a similar situation that they went through. The biggest lesson for me is that life is short and it's just hair, and all we need to do is listen. The story behind it is the most beautiful part. Like it's such a very special moment to have with somebody. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I would love to be more selective with my clientele and work less hours for more money. And that's what we all want, but it comes with experience and time. Advice for students, find something that makes you happy and listen to your gut and listen to people and just be open and, you know, just put full force effort into what you like.
Awesome. I love that. Well, Jaymie, would you be able to elaborate as to how long it takes to become a cosmetologist? Like how long is the program and how much would something like that cost? Ballpark numbers.
Yeah, okay. So I went to school a long time ago, so I'm not sure what exactly the cost is now, but I just for cosmetology school at Citrus, I believe it was about $10,000 total, and it was two years. And that included your state board testing, all your materials, they provided all that stuff, all your kit fees. And then to further your education afterwards, that's where it can get kind of expensive. Like if you want to be an extension specialist, minimal, it'll cost you $5,000 to take classes and then to get familiar with it. And then the time investment on that. Just it's kind of the more investment you make, the more lucrative it is for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, in your industry, is it very competitive? How's the job
Oh
market?
my gosh. It is extremely competitive. So I feel like the internet has really changed, like social media has completely changed the job for me. But I established my career based on personal relationships, all word of mouth. So you want to be on top of your education and trends, because if you don't know how to do a balayage and somebody else knows how to do a balayage, they're going to go to that person that knows how to do a balayage. Doesn't mean you have to have 1 million followers on your Instagram. It's just like you need to be kind of up on top of it, and at least at the level. You don't have to be like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's more like my personal relationships with my client is a better word of mouth than any sort of advertisement that I've done.
Yeah, so essentially you're building your book of business.
Yes, based on your relationship.
I see. So in this day and age with this climate, do you think it's important that young entrepreneurs stress their presence on social media and the internet?
I would say yes. We'll focus on like a positive influence on the internet, and professionally, just have you don't need to have a full website or anything like that. Just take pictures of every single thing that you do. Everything that you do, whether it's like a basic haircut or basic like styling of the day, or if you did your makeup at home, take a picture of it. Like people love to see that kind of content now.
Now, Jaymie, would you have any advice for maybe the young males that just specifically want to go to barber school?
Yeah, so barber school is awesome. I wish I went to barber school also, because there's a lot of guys that really like to get their face shaved at the same time, and that takes a different type of licensing. But so in school, you're mainly going to learn state board rules and sanitation and client safety. Where you're going to learn is in the barbershop, where you're shadowing people. So I'd recommend to do both.
Awesome.
And some barbershops and salons actually offer like training to get certified. So they're state board licensed, so you can put hours in by shadowing them.
Okay, kind of like a earn while you learn program.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Can you talk a little bit about how you determine pricing?
That's a good question. So you kind of look in your area of what other salons are charging, but also it's your self-worth, because you don't want to just go with everybody else's pricing. It's all about experience and time and what you think that you're worth. And people will pay it. People will, come if they like you, if they like your services, they'll choose to come to you and pay more money.
Okay. So building deep emotional connections is definitely like a huge component of this job.
Huge. And self-confidence.
Absolutely. Can you talk about or give us an example of like maybe a moment of gratification or like the most rewarding thing you've ever experienced in this line of work?
There's so many that I love this job, because a lot of people look forward to coming to see and get a moment and treat themselves, right? But what stands out to me, I feel like, are weddings. Whenever I do hair and makeup for weddings, I just feel so honored that somebody wants me there for that moment. It's such a very personal day.
Oh, I love that. Jaymie, do you have any like last piece of advice you'd give to a student who is contemplating going to cosmetology school or pursuing this career path?
Yeah, I would say from personal experience and from hearing other people, that trades are the best thing to have in this day and age. Trade, like to go to trade school, whether it's cosmetology school or to be a mechanic or what, just to get a trade is so important, because you can use that really anywhere. And just why not? Just have it under your belt. Because even if you decide like okay, so let's say you have the time to go get this trade, go do it. And then if you decide, oh, I'm not really interested in that right now, at least you have that under your belt and you can always go back to it.
Absolutely, I agree. We definitely need to push for more vocational and trade schools.
Yeah.
So anything else you might like to add? Maybe like the biggest pro and the biggest con of working in this line of work?
Okay, well, so I just had a child recently, and so one of the bigger pros is that I get to make my own schedule and I have the freedom to do whatever I want. But also that can be the biggest con because I have, I put in so many hours every single day. I can work like 13 hours every single day because I do have the freedom to do that. There isn't a time limit of how much you can work. So sometimes you can overwork.
What do you think would be the biggest con of this line of work?
Oh, it can be like going back to your interpersonal relationships. It can be a little bit draining because we aren't trained to be like therapists, but you are a person therapist. So that can be a little difficult, a little draining.
No, it's funny you mentioned that. We just had a career chat earlier in the morning with the tattoo artist, and he said that when his clients come and sit down, there's something about that chair that makes people, start speaking and start admitting things.
Totally.
Yeah, there is.
They just want somebody to listen.
Yeah, definitely some similarities. So, wow, very interesting. Do any of you students have a question? Any questions for Ms. Jaymie while we have her on? Anybody? Okay, well, I think that was the last round of questions. Well, I definitely want to thank you again, Jaymie, for participating in our career week. You have such an interesting career and such a promising career in future. And thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you again.
Right.
So I think we'll conclude and we'll close up and start back again at 1 p.m. Thanks everybody for joining.
Bye.